Meet the Monstre, a 6,500 stand that will create a turbocharged first tee atmosphere. 12 years after the initial horseshoe stand was introduced around the first tee, the Ryder Cup has given birth to a Monstre. This is the enormous bank of seating set to further turbocharge the atmosphere at the start of proceedings. It is a far bigger backdrop than anything previous that has greeted players already quaking at the thought of hitting their first drive. Snaking round to an angle overlooking the stadium 18th green and topped with hospitality tents, the stand will hold a total of 6,500 people. Panoramic views of the first fairway and beyond are offered to most spectators. "I just think it's going to be one of the most amazing experiences in any sport, being on that first tee," summarized European captain Thomas Bjorn. The development is the most potent symbol of how much this event has grown since the turn of the millennium. The idea of a first-tee mini-stadium came about at Ireland's K Club in 2006 when accommodation for 1,400 spectators produced, most memorably, an emotionally warm reception for the recently widowed Darren Clarke. Since then there have been a couple of structures with a capacity of around 2,000. Now has come something more than triple the size of what has gone before, made possible by a large plateau overlooking the tee box. "If this is the route we're going to go, we're going to have 60,000 sitting down at the first tee at some stage in the future," added Bjorn, who was consulted about the huge new arena layout and gave it his blessing. "It's hard to explain to someone who hasn't had to hit the tee shot before," said Ian Poulter. "I think back to my first Ryder Cup in 2004, the stand was nothing like what we have today. So it really is going to be a special moment." Work on the temporary structure began immediately after the French Open finished in early July and has taken 2 months to complete. Adjacent is the 18th green, with about a third of the seats looking down from above the natural banking surrounding the green that will create an amphitheater effect. It will be the culmination of the so-called loop of doom that circles a large lake, ready to swallow up wayward shots from the 15th hole onwards. Celtic Manor 8 years ago had a similar stadium finishing hole enveloped by large grassy banks, which at times became unusable due to the deluge of rain that turned them into something more akin to muddy ski slopes. Fortunately, the weather forecast suggests there will be no repeat of that this time. Those trying to hit the narrow fairway on the 18th before attempting to land the ball on the island green are sure of a similarly raucous reception too that they got on the first. However, figures show that most matches do not get that far. In the past 3 editions, an average of only 10 matches out of the 28 go all the way to the finish,